welcome. This is the JUNXING M131 model compound bowl. It's available on Amazon in a set package. I just was curious and hell, why not starting compound bow shooting? Short overview, I come from the recurve shooting methods. I've practiced this roughly 5 years. More or less successful, though not quite a marksman, but I'm a good shot. So I decided, why not get into something like this, arriving in the 21st century, if you will, and leave the grandpa stuff behind. No offense, Gramps. First, you just get the bare bow. It's already strung. The attachments all separately packed, and there's a shitload, a literal shitload of Allen keys. It's one complete bag, all the Allen keys you ever need in your life, and it comes with one practical multi-tool with all Allen keys you need on this here. The only tool they don't put in is a screwdriver, an extra fairly large one. It's for the bow quiver here. And yeah, the overall impression is really good for something made out roughly 4 pounds of Chinesium. Not bad, not bad. I'm actually fairly impressed. At worst, it's seen much worse. The riser is magnesium aluminum alloy, fiberglass limbs, sinews. I don't know, maybe Dacron, maybe something else. Don't know. Rubber heat side, rubber grip, few mold marks. Nothing crazy, nothing you could do, nothing that wears off within perpetual use. Rubber stabilizer, also nothing fancy, very basic, very functional, quite a good handling. The arrows on these are my own. They come with some like these. They have the same spine. This bow likes arrows from 400 to 550 to 600 spine, and yeah, quite nice arrows. 12 a pack are shipped with this. Only issue, the nocks are very thin, so they break more frequently, and yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Also included is a 6-pack of broadheads. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not allowed to use them here, by the way. I'm filming this from Germany, so I do not do 3D target shooting on those foam animals and stuff like that, and my shooting sack is way too fine to cut it up like this with something like this. So they go to the side. Could you take a deal with it? Absolutely, no question about it. Which brings us to the more important parts. Those who are looking for something like this here to get into compound bow hunting on the cheap, is it deer worthy? They sure as hell advertise it as such, and I'm quite confident it actually can do something like this. It's advertised at a poundage store up to 60 lips. Powerful. I mean, this thing came full power, cranked up, delivered to me. I couldn't pull it back, so I'm quite confident. I pulled 60 lips bows before, recurve by the way, but definitely more something along the lines like 60, 65, 70 pounds. I don't have a gauge yet, I have to add, and yeah, let's take a look on the overall thing. I was quite impressed. I feared the worst: casting marks, machining marks, bad finish, wears off easily. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. They did a very good job on the machining part here. Sure, the riser is a casting, but they machined off any mold marks. All threads are cut reasonable, good threading. They hold, they sit tight, nothing rattles. And yeah, the one accessory I really want to point out, this set comes here with a bow sticker. goes over the axles. This is rubberized canvas or something like that, or neoprene. It's actually quite stretchy and sits very tight, sits very firm on that. Nice to transport. And yeah, what else do I get? What do you get? It's a release, very basic thing. Some Castmarks on the trigger here, but no play. Clear releasing. Good locking, by the way. Holds everything in place, holds steady. And the one big issue, I had to replace nearly immediately before actually hitting something like that within reasonable distances, like 40 to 50 yards away, was the whisker biscuit. That thing in itself is a piece of work. It's cast aluminum, and this tri-lug setup, I like to call it. These are very stiff brushes here. Something I would use on a broom, but yeah, whisker biscuit, I don't know. This is the only part I replaced so far. Completely replaced, because this one here came with only one assembly screw. So the manual says you have to pivot it up and down till you get the right adjustment for knocking height and something like that. That was all a pile of horseshit. It was a complete pile of horseshit to set this up. And I bought a new whisker biscuit. So you can maybe have a look into the internals here. Actual proper whisker biscuit here. Quite nice. All axles here are hardened steel. Nothing rattles. A clamp here for actually setting this bow up to rest it. Easily removable. Considering the price range, cheaply manufactured, but fits the bill, does its job. Let's put this on here. Yeah, it's quite a piece of work here, getting this on and on. Yeah, you see, you get what you pay for, but nothing out of the ordinary. It's something you can leave this on by shooting, and that would be the only part that actually rattles. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the quiver comes with no foam in the cap, so you actually can foam this out yourself, or attach sort of protector for broadheads or points you're actually using. I'm using normal field tips, quite adequate, standard practice arrow. And yeah, how about to adjust this? There are two screws that hold the limbs on those steel axles. Turn clockwise and you increase poundage, and turn anti-clockwise to decrease poundage. I made scratch marks on the screws so I don't get caught up and know exactly quarter turn, half turn, full turn, how much I put, so the limbs actually flex in sync, and yeah, it shoots quite well. Something that doesn't come with it is a handguard. I highly recommend for compound shooting a handguard. 2 years ago, a friend of mine handed me his, and it was the first time using something like that. It was at roughly 50 pounds. Barely managed to pull it back, yanked my arm, and busted the vein right here at the elbow. It was quite painful. I had a huge bruise for weeks on end. It turned all colors of the spectrum, from red to orange and yellow, and all. I wrote the rainbow in this joint. And yeah, something I also quite recommend is one of these gauges here for golfing to measure distance, one of those laser counters here. And maybe a quiver, but you actually don't need it. Those 5 arrows here is more than enough. You're not nearly as fast, even if you wanted to shoot as many arrows. It's quite a good starting point. One thing I would like to show is this is all the information I got. Maybe shipment in the US or overseas is a bit different. There's only 14 pictures, some cryptic instructions, an actual table for draw length adjustment, but the only issue is the cams are not numbered accordingly. There are no numbers at all. You're left at trial and error here to adjust the draw length. It came reasonably set, I think around 26, maybe 27 inches. So actually quite a long draw. There's a nice let off. They claim it's like 70%. Nope, but that's something I find out as soon as I have a gauge. But quite nice, quite nice. Definitely something else. Don't throw the bow at full power. And for a hunting standpoint, I heard from someone who actually has a bow hunting license here. You need to hold your bow at least for a minute at full draw in a hunting environment. Something it can be done, adjusting to your preferences within the legal limits of your state or country, wherever you're using this. Yeah, what else did I have to say about this? Worth the money? Yeah, definitely. There's actually sparse information by the manufacturer on actual tuning and accessories or something like that. But I mean, for like, I don't know the exchange rates or how much this bow goes at your location, but couldn't be more than $250 US dollars, by the way. And it's definitely worth doing the paint job, covering the cables and axles and all this other stuff here, get it off, doing a nice paint job here. So these are a few well spent bucks. But you can order this in camo and different other types of colors. You have quite a nice bow, at least from a beginner standpoint. I'm sure those in the United States with the more powerful and quality ones, where you can spend easily $500, $600, and $700 upwards for equipment, something like that. I mean, quite fancy, but this is more than enough, I think. At least I'm convinced it's more than enough. The draw weight I set this to is roughly 48 pounds, 50 pounds, something like that. It's definitely feel like this, and yeah, it's quite a good shooter right out the box. So there's actually nothing stopping you from getting one yourself and make your own image of this thing here and make your own experience with this. So that's all for the JUNXING M131. And so have a nice day, keep shooting, aim true, and always watch that arrow fly.